One of the largest hacks in crypto happened last week, a 625 million exploit that drained funds from Ronin, the blockchain that is home to the wildly popular Axie Infinity play-to-earn game. On Tuesday, Axie developer Sky Mavis announced in a blog post that the exploit resulted in losses of over $173,000, 173,000 ETH, and 25.5 million USDC, worth more than $625 million at the time of just checking right now.
The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
So joining us now to discuss is Steven Walbroehl, co-founder and chief information security officer of cybersecurity firm Halborn in Miami. Hey there, Steven. Good to see you. All right. So no Bitcoin was taken in the process of this hack, but break down for us why we are seeing so many exploits on DeFi and other Web3 platforms compared to Bitcoin.
Yes, so there's a lot of this concept of a bridge, and these bridges are really connecting usually Ethereum to another blockchain, and they're doing this to allow transactions from one chain to another, or to allow other solutions to like avoid gas fees with Ethereum. So with this hack in particular in Ronin, they had a setup using these things called validators that each have a key. And in order to move funds around, not Bitcoin, but Ethereum and USDC, they had to have, it was a couple signatures from these validators. It was 5 out of 9 of them that would allow, think of it like a multi-sig wallet to have a transaction. And what happened with this was somebody was able to use and acquire all of those keys and provide the multi-signature from, really centralization. A while ago, Sky Mavis, they had Axie Infinity, a large load. So they had them come in and have another key that was signed. The hacker somehow acquired this key and pretty much signed all the transactions off the bridge. So we see this a lot happening with bridges. Whenever you introduce centralization, whether through like servers or keys, this is introducing a risk. Bitcoin, you have multi-sig in Bitcoin as well, but it's not used, often as a vault unless you have maybe like an exchange holding all the Bitcoin in cold storage or something. And cold storage is usually the recommendations for it, but you can't have it cold in something like a game where you have to withdraw the funds pretty often.
So could this hack happen on Bitcoin ever? Why or why not?
Yeah, so this hack would happen on Bitcoin if you introduce some type of centralized, a server that gets hacked that's holding your Bitcoin private key, or if you have an exchange that's holding a Bitcoin in a vault and it's connected online and you can access those keys and somehow send the transaction through using that key. If the private keys, whether it's one for Bitcoin wallet or one that's shared between many validators, if that gets acquired through phishing, through social engineering, through hacking a server, then yes, you could steal the funds just the same way it was done on here. Usually we see these bridge exploits at Halborn done from smart contracts. This one seems to be key loss. So could happen to Bitcoin. Luckily, Bitcoin is not often used for transacting inside of a game like Axie was.
Does this underline the problems with proof of stake networks or side chains?
Yeah, the proof of work networks like Bitcoin, to have a block confirmation, it takes a while because of all of the hash power to generate it. This actually provides security, though. There's something known as the security triad. Vitalik kind of coined this term of having speed, security, and centralization, and it's hard to balance these three. Something like Bitcoin, you don't quite get the speed unless you're using Lightning Network or something for this. And a game like Axie Infinity, they need speed. So this is why they're using proof of stake. Proof of stake is extremely fast compared to proof of work. It can be more energy efficient, but now you're balancing centralization and security with that. So it's much easier to hack proof of stake networks because of that. That lack of, not say lack of security, but less security because you're not getting consensus from proof of work and the participants that have to give hash power to it.
I wonder if this underlines the Bitcoin community's backlash against Greenpeace and Ripple's Chris Larson, who are lobbying away from for Bitcoin to move away from proof of work and maybe towards something like proof of stake to make it more environmentally friendly. But that would essentially make Bitcoin less secure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist myself. I like proof of work more. Not to say there is a place for proof of stake, but when you look at the energy efficiency of it, it's, to me, I think it's not, it is good to have good energy, but when you look at how much energy the whole network takes, I think it's estimated to be around 1,700, 1,800 kilowatts for one block, which if you calculate that over the span of a year, projects to be about 135 terawatts. So one whole year of the entire Bitcoin network is equal to a small country of electricity. Well, if you compare to how much electricity it costs for a banking network, it's a lot less than that. I think there's a study about Christmas lights being equal to the same thing as what it takes to have Bitcoin each year. So it's, what are we going to do, ban Christmas lights because of this? I don't know. I think the energy efficiency is the value you get from a decentralized, peer-to-peer transaction network. I think it's worth it.
All right, Steven, we got to wrap, but just one quick question, 30 seconds if you could. Does this hack look to you like an amateur or professional job, an inside job perhaps?
It's always a possibility. I think what it was is just lack of security awareness on and following up with, taking care of the Axie Affinity DAO validators. It's if my suspicion is server configuration and not protecting the keys on those validators. If they had better security configurations on those, they could have been prevented.